And I'm doing wonderful. How are you?
I'm good. I'm so honored to be here with you on today. The last time you were on the show was Wake Up to Morning Inspirations radio show. Back in 2020 of November, you came on and shared your amazing story. And the show is about past, guests, then and now, your journey. Because as you know, and I know, every great person, if you look back in history, all had a journey to travel to their greatness. So I want to hear all about the great things that God has been doing in your life. I know when you came on the show before, you shared your amazing testimony of going in to have one day, I was one day procedure that turned out to be a life changing, situation for you. But in the midst of all of that tragedy, God brought great out of it. So I want you to share with the viewers on today from that a little bit about how you got started from that moment on.
Sure. First of all, I want to say thank you so much, Rochelle, for
Yes.
having me here. I'm glad to be back, and I'm excited that
Me?
you're restarting your show because I
Yes.
think it's a great thing. It's a great motivation
Yes.
for the community and for business owners. It's a great platform.
Yes. I'm truly honored because it's an opportunity to be able to share other stories and be inspired by others as well, and have others inspire the listeners, because everyone needs inspiration to move forward. We all need that motivation, push, and encouragement to go forward. But what I want to say, Dr. Yvonne, is when you came on the show beginning in 2020, you were just starting, I think you just started the publishing company, correct?
Yes.
Strength Builders Publishing Company. And so I want everybody to know the journey to where you are now. So then you had just started the company then in
Yes.
2020.
Yes. So when
During
I was a guest,
the Corona.
yes. So when I was a guest in 2020 on your show, I was brand new to publishing.
Mm-hmm.
I had published my own books, and other people started asking me, how do I publish a book?
Right.
Because many people have books on the inside of them, but they don't know what to do with it. They
Right.
don't know how to publish. They don't know the process.
Right.
So I did the research to publish my own books, and I made it my mission to help others, particularly Black women, because the number of published authors that are Black women is very small.
Wow.
And so my mission is to change the narrative, to increase those numbers, to give Black women like me who never
Mhm.
thought they would be published authors
And
an
me.
opportunity
Right.
to put their work out there because the world needs what we have.
Yes. So
Yeah.
many stories like your story. So I want you to share a little bit of that as well. Like I said before, you got into becoming the published author. I'm sorry, the Strength Builders Publishing Company. Before you became the CEO of that company, how did you start out? What was your motivation? What pushed you towards the direction?
Yeah, so as you kind of shared a little bit on the opening,
Yeah.
I had a major tragedy
Hmm.
in my life. I'm a family nurse practitioner by
Yes.
trade. So I went to school for many years. I went back and I got a doctor of nursing practice degree. So I worked really hard to
Yes.
get where I was in my career.
Hmm.
I went in for a 1 day procedure,
Hmm.
and I woke up in intensive care.
Wow.
I had major medical complications, which left me mute. I was unable to speak. My vocal cords were paralyzed.
Mm.
I couldn't speak past a whisper for about 6 months.
Wow.
And my your vocal cords are your upper airway, so I couldn't breathe on my own. I
Wow.
had a tracheostomy in my neck.
Hmm.
So I went home a disabled person. I went into the hospital healthy, vibrant, thinking I would be right back to work.
Right.
And I went home disabled. When I was the nurse taking care of others, I
Hmm.
had nurses coming to my home to take care of me.
Wow.
So that was a major change in my life that it was hard to adjust. It was hard to adjust
Right. Right.
at first.
I can only imagine, Ivana,
Mhm.
were a person that was always taking care of others because of your career. That was
Yes.
your goal, that you was taking care of other people. Now you have to have those same people come and take care of you. And you
Yes.
the vibrant, vibrant woman that was healthy, strong, and just living her life, a wife, a mother, doing your thing. Then all of a sudden, your life changed. Now you
Yes.
depend on other people to take care of you. So where did you find the strength in all of this to push forward? Because I know, like myself and so many other people would probably have just pulled the cover over their head and say, I can't do this.
Mhm.
I'm done. But you found the strength in the midst of all of this to create something great to help others. So how did you find the strength in all of it?
And I can't, Rochelle, I can't take the credit because there's no strength.
Mm, You went out, Dr. Ivana. You went out. You went out. Mm.
To keep going.
So you got to say that one more time because you went out. Now, guys,
Okay.
this is virtual, so computers, they do
Yes.
whatever they want to do. We have control of that. So
Right.
finally, so you say you can't take any credit.
Right. I can't take any credit. It's only God. It's
Right.
only God that gave me the strength to get up every day and keep going.
Mm-hmm.
I came home to a husband and young children at the time,
Mm-hmm.
that needed me. And
Yes.
I couldn't give up because of them. And
Right.
God put something down on the inside that
Mm.
gave me the strength
Won't he do
every
it?
day to
Mm.
keep going. And
Amen.
that's really what birthed the name of my company, Strength Builders Publishing, because it's not by my strength, it's by the strength of God
God.
that I can keep going. And I was able to repurpose my life
Yes.
after this tragedy because I was left with a permanent breathing disorder. I
Wow.
had 7 additional surgeries
Wow.
after that within a 2-year time span. So
Wow.
that was a lot. It was a lot.
And,
And
we only can imagine because until you walk into somebody else's shoes, you never know the true dynamic of what they had to go through. You only can
right.
imagine. So we only can imagine. So in the midst of all of that, you found God give you the strength. And won't he do it every time? He will,
Yes.
if you're determined, give you the strength to press forward, and he gave you the strength to get up and to do something was going to help others like
Yes.
myself. Help
Yes.
their dreams. That's amazing. So in the midst of your tragedy, he turned into something just extraordinary. This is amazing. So I
Yes.
want from that moment to when you begin to step into the CEO, Dr. Evona Lee Smith.
It wasn't easy, I'll tell you that. I remember the day that my job called me because, when you're on medical leave, they
Right.
hold your position for a certain period of time.
Yep.
And they called and they said, you know what, Ivana, we have to separate. You have to separate from the company because we need to fill the position. So
Mm,
physically, I was unable to practice because I still have a breathing disorder.
right.
So I was devastated because this is who I was. This is
Yeah.
who I defined myself as, a
Yes.
nurse practitioner. So
Right.
I had to search to seek God and what my next step would be. Well, when
Yes.
the pandemic started, I always had a love for writing. When I
Yes.
was a child, I used to write these lavish stories from my imagination, but I never did anything with it.
Yes.
People would give me their papers even today to
Yes.
proofread and different
Hmm.
things like that.
Hmm.
But I decided to write a children's book
Okay.
about the pandemic,
Yes.
and it's called Sophia's Pandemic World. That
Yes.
was my first book. I did research on how to publish it. I
Hmm.
self-published it, and I
Wow.
got one of my good friends to illustrate it.
Hmm.
So that was my first book. And then after that, I just, once you publish one book, it's almost addictive. You want to continue to publish books. And it's like my therapy.
Wow.
It helps me.
And I said when you came on the show, you had just written, I think, was it 3 of them? It was
Yes.
three. Okay, it was three at the time. So
Mhm.
we here now, 2023. So how many have you written to date?
So altogether, I have published 8 books.
So you
8 books.
published
Yes.
eight. books.
Yes. So
Amazing.
they include children's books, coloring books, and journals for adults as well.
Wow. So
I published 8 books for myself. Yes.
that's just your books, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So now how many? Now, when you came on to the show in 2020 November, you had only written and published 3 of your own books at the time.
Mhm.
So now here we are in 2023, and you have published 8,
Yes.
pub- written and published 8 different books, journals, kids books, and
Mhm.
what you say? I know the journals, the kids, and what else, Dr. Ivana?
And
Children's books
coloring books,
and color.
children's picture books and coloring books. Yeah.
Right. Now, at the time, you had just became the CEO. You had just started the company, Strand Builders Publishing Company. So
Mhm.
now, today, 2023, how many authors can you credit it to yourself that you have put out there in the world
Okay.
today?
So thanks to you, you were my first author. You were my first author, and I appreciate it because the first one always goes through all the kinks and mistakes. So, but we made it.
Right. Like
Yes.
for me today, we're going through the starting and I'm rebooting the show, Rochelle's Table Talk, and
Mhm.
it's a task, but you know what, with God it's gonna be great
That's
because
right.
I'm used to being in the studio with you guys, hugging and loving, but right now,
Mhm.
but God have me, and I'm honored, and it's a privilege. So it's a difference, but you
Yes.
got to work through it and keep going. I'm
That's
uncomfortable.
right.
In the midst of me being uncomfortable, I know great things are going to happen. So I'm
Yes.
I'm, I'm honored. So
Yes.
I first,
Yes.
yes.
You were the first, and so I published 12 additional authors
Okay.
after you. So 13 altogether. One author, well, actually, 2 authors published 2 books.
Wow.
So it's 15 books altogether,
Wow.
13 authors. Yes.
Wow. Look at God from 2020.
Mhm.
What, 2 years, 2 to 3 years, he
Yes.
has allowed you to become and publish 15 authors, 15, giving an opportunity to 15 people in order to walk into their dreams of becoming authors. Amazing. That is just truly amazing. Your journey has been amazing, and God is not finished yet, as you know this already.
I believe that. I believe that.
It's
Yes.
the beginning, the tip of the iceberg. And
Yes.
I love hearing this because it shows others that in the midst of what you went through, you were able to find the strength with God, of course,
Mhm.
giving you strength to press forward and move on. And then he allowed you to take something that you went through that was so horrific and turn it into something extraordinary to be a blessing to others. Like I said, everything we go through is not for just us, it's for others, to help
That's
others,
right. That's
you know,
right.
to build off of what we've been through, to help them to achieve their dreams and their goals. And that's how
Yes.
amazing God is.
Yes.
So our
That's
trial
right.
becomes, it never ends there. It always becomes something amazing in the process. So
Yeah.
anything else that you want to share with the viewers on it? What are you doing new? I know that you also had your marketing course as well. Your
Yes. Yes. So I offer publishing packages. My website is strengthbuilderspublishing.com. You can also reach out to me on Facebook at
mm-hmm,
Evona Lee Smith,
mm-hmm.
and on Instagram, which I use my IG page to educate authors on
Yeah.
different things. And it's Dr. underscore Evona Smith. So follow me on IG. I do have my marketing course. And the marketing course is a one-stop shop.
Yeah.
When I published my book, I didn't know what to do after I published it. I didn't know how to sell it, what to do with this book that I had. So I had to do a lot of research. I invested lots of money in courses. And so I gathered all that information that I've gathered over the years
Yes.
and put it in one place
Yes.
in my marketing course. So if you want to sell more books, then reach out to me. It's digital, so
Mm-hmm.
it's recorded. You can stop, watch it again, and take notes. And then you get a free one-on-one session with me, a 30-minute
Wow.
call to discuss any questions that you have after you watch the course. So that's available. I also have my Facebook group. It's brand new.
Yes.
Rochelle is a part of it. It's
Yes.
called Black Girl Author Central.
Amazing.
So join if you're an aspiring author or if you're a current author,
Yes.
join my Facebook group because I dropped some jewels in there
Yes.
um, that you can use on this journey. This author journey is not easy.
No.
It's hard work to put we have a lot of good books, but
Yes.
if we don't get it in the right hands, then
Yes.
it's not going to do any good.